Hey everyone, welcome to Grow with Desi. You guys know me, I'm Coach Desi, and I am super excited today because we're actually going to get to go live in the community, and you'll be able to see everyone that joins us as we are talking about leading through adversity, or leading through crisis, I should say. Today is day 3, and this morning, John had his part 3 teaching on leading through crisis. Specifically, today's topic was turning adversity into advantage, part 2. So if you did not get a chance to watch day 1, leading through crisis, day 2, turning adversity into advantage, that part 1 where he talked about some of the perspectives, today he rounded it out with the other 11 perspectives that adaptable leaders have and what they can gain in the opportunity that we have today in this just crisis that we're going throughout the world. We are sensitive to the fact that there are people that are really hurting from this. We are also very sensitive to the fact that there are leaders who do not have to cope, do not know how to cope. And we're also sensitive to the fact that there are going to be leaders and that there need to be leaders who rise to the occasion and lead well throughout this period. It is absolutely possible. And one of the things that I get the most joy out of is the fact that we can lead through adversity. The best of us, the best of us, the very, very best of you, whatever's inside of you, whether that's good or whether that's not so good, whatever's inside of you is what will come out in adversity. So while Facebook is building, letting everyone in the community know that I am live, I just want to, let me make sure that I can see who is on here, and I want to be able to address everyone by name. Our really hurt is. And so if this is your first time joining me, say hello. Please let me know that you are here. I can't see any comments as of yet, but I do see Yvette, I see Kathy, I see Ivy. Ladies, thank you so much for joining. I would love for you to join the conversation. So right above the video, right up here, I put the link where you can actually jump into the Zoom room and join the conversation. The sum of us is better than just one of us, so I do not want to be a talking head in this entire conversation. So please jump into the Zoom room. All you're going to do is click the link above this video and it will take you to a registration page. You enter your name and your email address and you will get the link to join the Zoom room. Jump into the room. Let's talk. I want to hear your voice and I want to hear your thoughts and I want to know what you, if you had the chance to watch the video today, what you got out of the learning from today. Super important to let your voice and let the thoughts that you have going on inside of you come out of you so that if they are not the best, you can have someone that can help you navigate through that. If they are, there are people that need to hear your voice. So here in the Girl Ask Me Anything community, as you guys know, this is a place where you're going to be inspired, where you're going to be mentored, where you're going to be taught, and where we are actually going to live out the principles of good leadership. As you know, leadership is influence. It's nothing more. It's nothing less than that. And so everybody influences someone. Every single person influences someone. And either we are influencing them towards the positive or we're not. Hey, Kathy. Thanks for joining. Hello, hello, hello. So ladies, come on, jump on in the Zoom room. It'll be okay. You don't have to be on video. You can just use the audio, but let's talk about it. And for those of you that don't want to join the conversation, you can just watch along as we have a discussion on leading through adversity. What I can tell you is this. Everything, every industry, life as we know it, business as we know it, education as we know it, everything as we know it has shifted. Hey, Yvette, I see you there. Thanks for jumping in. I've got you on mute right now. I'll be taking you off shortly. Um, Thanks for jumping in. Life as we know it is changing. And so, how adaptable and how flexible and how willing are you going to be in order to maximize your growth, your potential, your skill set, your time, your talent, your treasure, all the things that you have within you, and all the things that you need in order to lead through this change? It's the real deal. It's the real deal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch over the camera. And for those of you that want to go ahead and jump in, please do. Would love to hear your voice. And for those of you that just want to watch and listen, feel free to leave a comment on the in the chat room. And as we go, hopefully I'll be able to. I'll do my best to address what you're saying in the chat, as well as, you know what, I can see your reactions and see what's going to, see what you're feeling from everything that we're talking about. Okay, so I will see you in the Zoom room. Hello, hello, hello. How are you, my dear? Bet, can you hear me? I'm gonna.
Yes, I can
There
hear
we
you. I
go.
had to yeah,
There
I
we
had
go.
myself,
You said what now?
I had myself muted.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah,
How's your day?
going good. Um, because I always work from home. Um, I read something on Facebook that um, you don't you don't realize how much you've isolated yourself until you're told to be in isolation, and you have to make almost zero adjustments to your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, um, while last week I just took some time, like I told you, and kind of was on vacation,
Mm-hmm.
um, I feel myself getting right back into the busy. But the good part about it is that the busy is all for me.
Okay.
That's what I'm loving.
Okay.
It's not working for my clients. This is all about improving Yvette. So I'm good with that.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And oh, you know what? I forgot. I want to record this. Hang on. Boom. There we go. We are now recording and we're live.
Yes.
We're doing everything today.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. That look, now is the time.
Now is the time.
Now is the time.
So, did you get a chance to listen to John today?
That you know what? The last 2 days been kind of sleeping in. But at 9 o'clock, I got the phone on the side of the bed and the notebook. Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
let me just show you. I'm talking about pages and pages and pages of notes
Yeah.
of of
That's me right here.
just so much listening today. So let me just give everyone kind of a recap, right? Um, the focus for today, John continued talking about the perspectives, and we're really just focusing in on character. And character is revealed in a crisis. Character isn't developed in a crisis; it's revealed in a crisis, right? And so that whole analogy of kind of thinking about things as you are a tube of toothpaste, and what's ever inside the tube is going to come out, whatever it
Wow.
is. And a leader's ability, when we talk about leadership, we talk about leadership being influence, and it's nothing more than that, nothing less than that, like I said earlier. But a leader's adaptability when things are shifting, when crisis happens, that's what's on display. That's
Mm-hmm.
whatever the entire world is going to see. And he said, you're not made in a crisis. The real leaders don't necessarily stand up in a crisis, but they are revealed when a crisis happens.
Exactly.
You know, um, some things that he shared today, choices, they shape our character, and crisis reveals the results of those choices. So, leaders that jump into complaining mode, leaders that jump into negative thinking mode, leaders that go into the blame mode.
Mm.
When things get hard, all we're seeing, whether you're the leader or whether it's somebody else that's the leader, all we're seeing is the results of their choices. We are seeing
Exactly.
exactly who they are in the midst of that. And the other thing that he shared through the perspectives were that um, if you're willing to learn from your mistakes, you can build character. And when we have good character, people are more willing to follow us. And it's not just on the job, it's not just in the business. If we think about this as parents or, having influence on those that are younger than us, um, it applies there too.
Yes.
It applies there too. So, what did you get out of today?
Oh my gosh. You know, for me, um, I think the biggest, and he told the story of the man uh that was that went to the barber shop. Um, your recovery time is just determined by how long it takes you to move from negative feeling to positive action. That said, you have to already be putting inside of yourself, and I'm gonna go back to number five, the fifth perspective: feed your faith and starve your fear. If you are already feeding your faith and starving your fear, if you are already, again, number four, developing a positive life stance and um, allowing adversity to help you find out who you are, if you're already doing those things prior to a crisis, if you're already doing those things in your life to remain positive and feeding yourself positive, whether it be positive television, positive, listening to the podcasting, we have so much now. You don't have to read a book. Nothing wrong with reading books, but you don't have to read a book to get a positive message.
Mm-hmm.
And a positive message, while I am a woman of faith, the reality is a positive message doesn't have to be centered around religion, or faith, or whatever you want to call it. Um, there's so much. So if you're feeding those things on a regular basis,
Mm-hmm.
what's going to come out in the adversity is going to be positive.
Gotcha.
And so that means when someone, that barber, you sit in that chair for that half hour, that 45 minutes, first of all, you're going to realize, this is not a person that I want to be around on a regular basis, because I can't hear all of that. But then, secondly, you're going to be able to. He said that the man seemed to be talking under his breath while he was sitting in the barber chair. I'm going to say that he was feeding himself because he had already made a decision that he was going to have a great trip to Italy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, in doing so, even though he was hearing this, he wasn't allowing it to take root in his heart.
Isn't that something? Like, you think about you think about like if you're working in an environment where you're trying to be the light and everybody else has this grumbling and oh my gosh, it's Monday. Oh my gosh, it's Monday. It's Monday. Oh, I'm so tired. It's Monday. I'm so tired. It's Monday. I was in one office and where they had my cubicle situated was right next to the water cooler. And so
Mm,
high traffic area, And without fail, every Monday morning, girl, I'm so tired. Girl, I'm just so tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. And you look up, it's like, y'all, it's only 8:30. You just got here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I had a friend, and I have to say had because something happened a couple weeks ago, and she now won't return my call. um, but for decades, I'm not talking about years. I'm talking about I met her in the '90s, and every time I would call her, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm tired." I'm like, really? Every time? Every time?
Mm-hmm.
And now she's retired, and I saw her a few weeks ago, and she's still tired. But people don't understand, you know, God's blessings are conditional, but his laws are universal.
Yes.
You will have what you
Yes,
say.
indeed. Give me 1 second. I just saw a comment here. Kathy, if you're in the Girl Ask Me Anything community, right above this video is going to be a link. You can click on that link if you are in the community. I'm going to see if I can try to add that on here while we are live. So give me a second. And I'm going to paste it in the comments. Okay. So if you guys are joining us, I see, let's see here, I see Cassandra, I see Lucy. Hey, you guys, I posted the link to the Zoom room in the comment section. Please feel free to click on that link and it will take you to the registration page, and then it'll give you the access to the Zoom link to get into the room. Would love to have you guys here. Okay. All right. So I love that. I love that. Um, Developing a positive life stance. I think that really speaks to what you were saying about your friend.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, you can call it whatever you want to. The universe calls it karma. But the thing is we always you people refer to karma when they're talking about something that another person does,
Mm.
but they never talk about karma in what you do
Mm-hmm.
or what you say,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not even to others. Just what you do or what you say will come back to you.
Right. Right.
We're always looking at things from the perspective of others, but when we talk about growing ourselves and being the best self that we can be so that we can lead in a crisis,
Mm-hmm.
what are we doing and what are we saying to ourselves
Mm-hmm.
so that when a crisis comes we can lead and lead effectively.
Right. I love what John said about, the person that speaks the loudest to us is us.
Is us. Yep.
That's the
Yep.
voice that we hear the loudest. So when we revert, or if our immediate response to something is blame, negative thinking, complaining,
Ex-
it's nothing new.
yep.
It's already been there.
It's already been there.
It has already been there. So let's see here. Let's see if something else that resonated. Oh, I loved when he talked about Nelson Mandela and how Mandela being in Robben's Island and being in the prison, and the prison never had him.
Yep.
It never had him.
Yes, this virus, this quarantine, this self-contained, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't have us.
Some people it does, though.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, there are some people, there might even be people that are watching this live right now, that the reality is that the fear has become greater than the virus. And so everything that they are doing, every conversation, it's all surrounding the fear that has now permeated itself.
I agree.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
No, I agree. I had a friend of mine. I was fortunate, um, and I think about, again, what you say, what you do, your actions, and feeding the fear. I had a birthday party the second weekend of the month, so the 8th of
Mm-hmm.
March, before, I mean, literally days before all this stuff really kicked in. And I had a sleepover that Saturday, and she sent me a text message, and we're talking about March 4th, 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not trying to be mean, but is anybody coming to your house that has recently traveled and especially having been outside of the country? And I'm like, but you are a leader. I know she is. I know you lead. I know you train. I know that you are always in front of people,
Mm-hmm.
and you are so you say a person of faith. I'm like, wow, that never dawned on me who I was inviting and where they had been, and
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you said, that tube of toothpaste. That's a great analogy. I don't know whether I missed the first few minutes or what, but I've now written that down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One of the things that um, all of what he said today, the list at night,
Yeah.
the list at night, and and what what did I learn? Because we do learn something new every day.
Yeah. So talk
It,
about that, because for those of you ladies that did not get a chance to watch the live today, I cannot emphasize enough. The reason for this roundtable is to talk about the learning and to talk about how we're going to apply that learning to our lives. I am seeing some skipping on the live stream. We're probably going to go a few more minutes, and I'm going to cut the live stream off. But if you want to jump into the conversation, I highly recommend you click the link and join. We're probably going to go live. We're going to stay on here probably for another few minutes. I'd rather it be great visually than it be jumping around and be distracting that way. So, again, you are invited to join us live in the Zoom room. The link is in the comments below. So, Yvette, talk to us about the list at night.
so what I personally got from it, what he talked about was a list of questions that he asks himself at night before he goes to bed. And for me, it's a great way to, I think, free your mind so that while you sleep, you have much more peace, you're far more relaxed, and you've gotten some things off your brain and out of your head so that you can hear from God,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can dream those dreams and have those visions
Mm-hmm.
and wake up more refreshed. And so how did I do today, and how can I make tomorrow better?
Mm-hmm.
That gives you the opportunity to reflect on conversations, meetings, phone calls. How did you manage your time? What did you get done? And like he said, what did I get done, and what can I add to tomorrow? What should I have, what's left on your list, and how can you take action on those things tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the biggie was, like I said, what did I learn today that I didn't know before today?
Mm-hmm.
And does my reflection lead to action?
Mm-hmm. I love how when he opened up, he said, after I finished talking to you guys yesterday, I went back and, in essence, when he was done, it immediately became the past, and it became something that he can take and look at and say, okay, well, how can I serve them better tomorrow?
Yes.
In this life, it is so easy to get like we're always on the go, we're always busy. I mean, this time is actually it's a blessing in disguise for many of us, and for many it's a curse. You know,
Yep.
we are now being forced to face everything that we did not slow down to. we're also being forced to see the opportunity to slow down.
Yes.
And so as he was going through that, it's like, okay, so if at night I make a list of, okay, what did I learn? What did I do? What did I do? What was that phone call like? How did I respond? All of those things that we don't normally think about. It's easy for us. For those of you guys that don't know Dr. Yvette Harris, she is also a coach, a speaker, and a trainer. She works in the education field for over what, 20 something years?
Yes. 21 years.
21 years in education. Tell them a little bit more about what you do currently.
So I am currently a coach and trainer. I provide training in the field of education, leadership development, and workforce development. And my target audience are those who are parts of marginalized communities, to include those in the reentry space coming in or out of prison, and also veterans.
Beautiful, beautiful. There is, everyone needs what you do.
Yes, and I also with my education, I'm serving parents and releasing my parent village. My parent
I
village.
love it. I
Yes, yes,
love it. I love it. I mean, and you know what? This time is allowing for the space and the creativity to come out, to come forth, to, you know, the crisis is the crisis, if we utilize the crisis effectively, will
yes,
bring about creativity unknown.
yes. I'm so grateful for our mentors, because it is because of them in and on that list of mentors, I include you, that
Thank you.
I am um, getting ready to release my parent village to school districts.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you for that honor. I appreciate it. Well, ladies, for those of you guys that are joining us, we've got some more ladies in the chat room. I'm telling you guys, you're going to miss out on the conversation. Jump into the Zoom room. Girl Ask Me Anything community. This is just a taste of the topics that we're talking about tonight, but you don't want to miss out on the things that are coming later on. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to end this live stream online. Again, you've got the opportunity to jump into the room. And there's a lot more that we're going to be talking about tonight. And so we will see you on the other side. Talk to you soon.